Hi, in this video we are going to learn about YAML files. So YAML stands for Yet Another Markup Language. You can define a YAML file with, let's say, uh, first dot YAML, or you can also define it using dot YML extension. Let's say second dot YAML. Okay. Now YAML is used mainly in configuration files. It's designed in a way to be easily readable by humans. Okay, rather than using JSON or some other file format, we use YAML because it's easily readable. Using YAML, we can easily read data structures with the help of indentation. It supports complex data structures like list, dictionaries, and nested structures, which makes it suitable for representing wide range of data types. And it is not tied with any specific programming language, uh, so it can be used with different systems and different languages. Now the three important things with YAML, you should leave two spaces after every word, you know, after every word. Three key concepts are two spaces. This is the first one. Second one is list and dictionaries, and third will be the data types. Now this is how you start a YAML document. So you add this three dash, where this marker indicates that the start of a new YAML document. Only use the triple dash indicator if you want to incorporate more than one configuration in a single YAML file. Numbers. Now you have to leave two spaces and say odd, and again two spaces, which should be your numbers like 1, no, sorry, 3, 5. Wait, I have to leave two spaces here. No, just 1, 7. Okay, and even say 2, 4, 6. All right, so this is your list, and I'll end this file. Let's say if you have one file and want to add multiple configurations, then you can use the triple dots to end your YAML document, and then start with like, let's say, alphabets. You can start with your another YAML file. So you can start with another YAML file and with like this and like this. So your second file content will come in between here. Using this is optional. I have a online YAML to JSON converter, so you can see over here that numbers is a mapping or a dictionary, and odd and even are the keys. These are the keys. Odd and even are the list within the dictionary. The three main concepts while writing YAML file is that you have to be very careful of the indentation, as you will be copying this directly from your text editor to your configuration files. Okay, and now YAML supports many data types like strings, numbers, booleans, lists, and dictionaries. So first will be the scalars. So scalars are single values and can be strings, integers, floats, boolean or null. So if I want to show you a string, so let's say name, it will be hello world. Okay, this is a string. I'll give a comment. You can add comments using hash name. I can type Pinaka. So this is a string, and if I want to add, let's say, okay, name, I have shown you the string. Now I'll show you integer. So integer, I can give it key of integer and value, let's say 23. Okay, now I can give it a float value, float, let's say 3.14, and then boolean float. You can also add boolean values, let's say boolean true, null. Okay, let me include boolean and hashtag null. Wait, let me just change the file name, scalar. Okay, scalar types. So let's say if I say like there is a word, okay, and if I give it a string value, let's say 3.3, and I want to read it as, you know, a float value, so I can use it as a float. And wait, why it's not working? Have I did something wrong? Okay, so let me show you about how to do. Let me tell you what is explicit. So in explicit, what you do is you specify the data type, you know, of the scalar using YAML tags. Okay, now I'll show you what are YAML tags. Make a file called YAML tags.yaml. Okay, wait. All right, so let me tell you what we can use as in explicit. We can use string, we can use int, we can use float, also we can use boolean, and we can use null. All right, so in explicit it involves specifying this data type of the scalar value explicitly using tags, and YAML tags are used to provide additional information about the intended data type. Okay, so if you want, let's say if it is in, you know, integer value 30, let's say it's in string, but I want this in integer. Wait, first of all I'll show you what will be the value if I use the double quotes. So here you can see that it's passing as a string. Okay, so what I can do is I can say I want this into, what's invalid, let me check what's the problem. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, see, now it has converted this string into an int type. So you can use where is my VS Code? So you can use any of these values to convert it. Okay, so it converted the string type to a float number. This you will include order list of items. Indentation is used to define the item within a sequence, with each of them typically on a new line. So this is basically a list. I'll show you. Wait a second. Okay, let's say let's say seasons. If I want to create this list, I have to put a semicolon and then I have to leave two spaces, 1 2, and put a dash. So this will be, like summer, winter, monsoon, spring. Okay, this will be your seasons. These are like your order list. Indentation is used to define the items in a sequence, so this will be your list, and paste it over here, then you can see it. Okay, starts with a dash and a space, while the indentation separates it from its parent. These are unordered collection of key value pairs, it's called mappings. Colons are used to separate keys and values, and similar to sequences, indentation is used to define the structure. Alright, I'll show you. I'll create a new file. Let's say mappings dot YAML. Okay, and in that I'll say, let's say person, and I'll give two spaces, name, and this will be my key, and this will be his name, let's say Ash. Okay, this will age, say 24, employed, saying false. So this is a map data structure. This is a dictionary, and it is a collection of key value pairs. So let me explain you this. So here person, this will be the key of the mapping, and all this information below here, below this, is his is this key's value. All right, so name will be, so name is the key value pairs of the person. Okay, its age and the employment status. Alright, this is how we derive mapping. So in YAML there are this data type. Similarly, this is the key of the mapping. Okay, and hot season is the key within the seasons mapping, and this summer is a sequence item. under the hot season key. So, and I'll show you mapping. Mapping is a collection of key value pairs, and each key value pair is unique. Let's say if I it's the same thing, it's showing me error. See, they have to be unique in this. Map key values must be unique in YAML. Okay, and they are represented using semicolon. Sorry, it's using colon to separate keys and values. So ensure that you have a space between your key and value. I can use this as a list, and I'll show you. Alright, so this is this is a one data structure. This is also another data structure. Alright, and as you can see here, I have used a list, okay, at name level, and inside it I have incorporated a mapping data structure. Okay, so you can use and grouping related data, all right, under a single key. So I have used these fruits and I have given so much data, say, in there. Okay, this is your nested structures, and next is your nesting levels. All right, so it is like your depth of your configuration file. So let's say this is my server, and in that I have these configurations. All right, so now this will be my main key, and here I have created a one more data structure for this key called authentication, and inside it I have mentioned these attributes. So it's like creating multiple structures. All right, and also one important thing to know is that YAML doesn't support duplicate keys at the same level. So if I have a duplicate key, let's say port 3000 and port 8080 at the same hierarchical level, at the same indentation level, so what it will do is that it will throw an error saying that syntax is invalid. All right, so in there what you can do is that you can specify a list, or okay, and now we'll go to the next part, which is using anchors and aliases. Anchors are used to mark the position in the YAML document where a specific piece of content can be referred later using an aliases. Now I'll show you an example how to use this. Let's say I'll use a vegetable key, and then let's say beta. Okay, wait, I have not used spaces. Let's say beta. I'll make a key value and reference this with beta anchor. Alright, beta anchor I have used, and I include some values in it. Let's say name beta got, okay, so I have to use unique. I think I'll create a list. 1 2. Okay, beta, and then let's say which are, let me google let me google beta vegetables. Okay, so we have broccoli and sprouts. Okay, now what I'll do is I want the same values on the same piece of content, beta anchor. Okay, so I used not fail not favorite key, and I'll use not fail, and in that I want, in this I want to populate this content. Okay, in this, so what I'll do is I'll add double space, two spaces, and I'll use the aliases. So let me explain you what the aliases are. They are used to reference an anchor. Okay, so this goes in hand in hand. So this is the anchor you have to specify. So this will store see, wait, let me see. Okay, it's saying unused anchor. Okay, it's not showing me anything. Okay, so this is used to basically show the content which is present in this, so the main use case is that if you want to like reuse complex data structures in a YAML document, you can use this anchor and aliases. Okay, where there are like repetitive and nested data, there you want to reference for in multiple steps, you can use anchors and aliases. And I'll put this uh, not fair, and I'll mention the beta anchor. Okay, now I'll show you a better way to understand this. Okay, see, so what this have done is that whatever the values were under this mapping, it has mapped all the values in the not favorite key. As you can see over here, same values. Okay, just created this list, just replicated this list over here. This is the use of anchors and aliases. Now what is this? Let me show you. So this is a merge key indicator. Sorry for not explaining it earlier. This is a merge key indicator. It is used to merge one or more mappings into another mapping. Okay, let's say I have something like okay, I have this list 1 2 space green, orange, and yellow. Okay, I save this and I'll go here and I paste this. Now look, so no use cases. I'll show you a use case because you'll not understand with the vegetables. Alright, let me just erase this. Now let's say that is a configuration. Okay, and I use an anchor. Say demo anchor. Alright, you can name it whatever you want. So I'll leave here 2 spaces and let's say database. So if you have used database in the env files, you'll see this host, port, username and password. So I'll be saying like why hot season is let's say xyz. And wait, why did I mention port? Let's say xyz, or best way is I'll say localhost, insert the port. Alright, so port, let's say I give the default MySQL port, and then username root or admin and 234. Now this now I want this for different environments: development, staging, and production. Okay, so I'll use here development, and the 2 spaces, and to populate this I'll use a merge key indicator. Alright, I'll use a merge key indicator and give a space and say and mention this I'll mention this anchor using aliases, demo anchor, and I'll mention the database name. Okay, dev db. Database name dev db. Similarly, I'll mention the staging environment. Database name is staging underscore db. Okay, let me just copy and show you. See, I can use the same configuration which I have mentioned here into multiple parts. Alright, now anchors and aliases is mainly used to, if you have like a configuration file where you have to define certain values again and again. So this is used to improve code reusability. Okay, and this anchor will be denoted by ampersand symbol, and aliases will be denoted by the star symbol. Okay, so let's say this is my configuration. Alright, so I have to use end details over here. Sorry, I have to specify my anchor over here and then specify the details, and I have used a unique name for it. So what will happen is that whatever this main key is there, which is over here, whatever values it has, it will be stored in this. Alright, so whenever I want to use the same data again, let's say in another configuration, I can specify a key and then use this. So this is called as the merge key. Okay, so you can use this to populate this data here or if you want to populate this data in a key value pair. Okay, so you can use it directly over here. All right, you can directly use this as a use this star symbol and then specify the unique name, which I used it over here. Let me show you this. Okay, see this, I have created a mapping data structure over here, and I have passed I have passed these values in this unique name of details, right? So what will happen is that when I use this star key as aliases to reference the anchor, it will it will use this data which is already passed, and it will give me the data over here. As you can see, the same data is given for employee 1. Okay, otherwise you can use it directly as here, as shown here at anchor 2. Alright, so that's it. That's what you want to understand. You know, before, that's what I wanted to tell you. That's what I wanted. If you have any queries regarding any of the syntax, you can comment here. I will attach this link to the article. You can comment below this video. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel. It means a lot.